Well, open your damn eyes in. It's the old-timey country down-home red state update podcast and them. Coming to you from a bunker underneath Jackie's Market in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. And here they are, both of them.
Hey everybody, this is Jackie Bro.
Folks, people, it's Dunlap. How's it going out there, America? Don't answer.
No.
We know.
Yeah, not good. Well, I'm going to tell everybody, boy, I sure am glad to be back. So I know some people was concerned about me, but I'm back here. And
I think they just got tired of hearing you talk on the phone.
Well, whatever it is, if they probably worried, they didn't want to hear me on the phone.
Not worried so much, it's just annoyed,
Well, they might have been. So poor old Jackie was, he sent an old man around the country like he was doing. And I got a lot to catch you up on now, and I do. But before I do that, I'd rather tell everybody that's listening on here about a brand new podcast that we're doing. It's called Redneck Matinee. Tell them what it is, Dunlap.
It's me and Jackie listening to all the old movies that are Southern redneck, hillbilly, moonshine, race car, dirt bike, big stick hit with it, CB radio. Here comes a truck driver man.
Yeah.
Jumping over a bridge. Look out. Here it comes. The Smokey's on your tail.
Yeah.
Or maybe Smokey's good, like Walking Tall. Or maybe Smokey is a goddamn buffoon.
Hey, I don't have to.
Like Buford Pusser.
All right.
What about all the other ones, like Macon County Line or the damn Gator or White Lightning? What about Can't Hardly Win for Losing? What's that one with the monkey and Clint Eastwood? Can't try
any which way
you can, every which way
but lose.
Those are two good ones.
Yeah.
What about Patrick Swayze and Roadhouse?
That's a good
one.
What
about
Next to Ken.
Ken.
Patrick Swayze, Black Dog. Those three for sure.
What about Breaker? Breaker exclamation point. Breaker exclamation point.
Chuck Norris.
Maybe in quotation marks. What kind of fucking movie with that much punctuation?
Watch your mouth.
Oh my God. Get ready, folks. We're going to watch all these and we're going to talk about them.
Well, you said we're going to listen. We're going to listen to them, which we do listen to them.
Did I say we're going to listen? We're going to listen to them.
You said what this was.
I don't let Jackie watch them. He can only audio.
What? No, I'm going to watch them.
I record them onto a tape recorder, and I play them for Jackie while he sleeps. And when he wakes up, I ask him about his dreams.
No, I don't. He was watching the damn movies. Now, I grew up watching these movies. Well, I didn't necessarily grow up, but just been playing in my lifetime.
They didn't have movies.
Oh,
I think
they had
did.
different kinds, not the ones we talked about. I was a younger man. I was in my 30s, where you went out to the movies more often, and I enjoyed.
There would be a fire and a cave wall, and the Neanderthal man
All
would...
right. Don't be cute. We want
use shadow to...
You want people to go listen to this. People don't want to hear if you talk like that, if you think it's just an old man rambling about movies.
Listen, if you like the old man rambling on these, I think you'll like him rambling about Burt Reynolds.
All right, that's what we do. The first two, we're going to do a few of these every month. The first two is White Lightning.
Oh, wait,
and
hold
Gator.
on. Now,
What?
You're wrong. We're going to do a few of these every 2 to 3 months.
That's something like, yeah, that's right. Now,
not every month.
Yeah, can't do it every month. We try to, you're busy enough keeping up with the news, let alone, it's a nice break, though. I tell you what, putting these old movies on, there's a few things in these movies because of the time.
A lot of things.
A lot of things in some of these movies. It reminds you some of the awful stuff that's happening today. It's like, oh, that's where that come from, or whatever. But there's also a lot of good stuff in these movies, like you said, car
There's
chases,
some good stuff. You're like,
fightings.
they meant well by that.
Yeah, they were trying. In some cases, they weren't, but in some cases, they were trying. Anyhow, that's the kind of stuff.
And a fight.
Yeah, fight, truck, wreck, crash,
monkey,
jump, bridge,
CB.
Yeah, all that.
Come in, good buddy.
We like that parts. Just some of the other parts that just go, well, that thing don't seem right today. But that sort of the good stuff. It's not about bad stuff. It's about good stuff. It's about all of it. Whatever the movie is, we're gonna talk about it. We'll try to cover all the ground that we can find out. I've been reading more than I ever read before. We read a Hal Needham book, and how many Burt Reynolds books are there?
Well, there's 1994's My Life, and then there's the one he put out last year that was something like But Enough About Me, or I Don't Want to Talk, Let's Talk About Me, Toby Keith's Let's Talk About Me by Burt Reynolds. I forget exactly, but mainly two. There's two. Well, we got to get In Pieces by Sally Field. We need to pick that up.
She talks about
I bought a Mike Douglas book because he plays the governor in Gator, but no anecdotes.
Nothing about it in there. But, I'm sure plenty of good stories.
Plenty of good anecdotes, but not about
concerning what we're interested in.
Gator, where he played the anti-Semitic governor of Georgia.
Somebody else needs to do that podcast about Mike Douglas show. That's a whole
be a good podcast.
I'd listen to some of it anyway and see if it's any good. But I hope y'all go listen to this, tell us if it's any good. Like I said, it's every two, or I said one, but you right, every 2-3 months we're going to put a few of these out.
We don't have an exact schedule yet, but I'm going to say probably every couple months we're going to put out 3 episodes.
2 or 3, something
2 or
like
3.
that.
Every 2 months. Basically, here's the deal. We're basically doing one a month, but we're putting them out in 2 to 4 batches of 2 to 4.
Well,
that's not a good plan, honestly, now that we say it out loud. It doesn't make sense.
We'll figure it out as we go. Right now.
Could we tie it to major holidays? Like, Labor Day's coming up. People will have the weekend off because his last ones went up right before 4th of July.
Yeah.
Maybe if we tied it to, Thanksgiving, we get a couple up for them road trips.
There's some kind of holiday every month, I think, isn't it? Pretty much.
Just about. I don't know if there's a big one.
We know the Easter and Christmas and Halloween, but there's other stuff that nobody, cares about, but we could take the opportunity to make people care about Arbor Day or whatever the hell else.
You know what today is, don't you?
What's that?
Open a beer with the podcast sound day.
What?
Shit. That's probably some of the most exciting podcasts.
How is opening on this any different than you opening a beer can? I mean, that's just the sound I have heard since most of your adult and then some of your child, because you'd love to go around and open beers in the store. Years ago, he was a toddler. You'd fall down. He'd fall down, but I tell you what, he loved the sound of that popping those. Yeah, you've been obsessed with that your whole life.
Maybe you just give me a quarter, they'd say, hey, Tubby, pop this open for me.
Well, it's cute. It's funny. People take picture of a little fat boy, opening up a beer can, look like he's going to drink it. And I know you took a sip here and there every now and then, but that comes with the territory. I tried to, tell you not to do it, and I tried to get it away from you before you drink too much of it.
So let me get this straight. You're saying that a child drinking a beer comes with the territory of what? Having a child open a beer?
Well, I think
that's true.
Being around a bunch of men who drank a lot of beer 24/7, because your father now, he didn't drink beer, he drank straight whiskey. He drank beer too, but he be drunk on whiskey, and it was better for you to be around men drinking beer than your daddy on whiskey, that's for sure, because he'd drop you off with, I'd have you for a few. Your mama sometime go on vacation or something like that, but I had you down here for long.
Well, that's what they'd call
it. A long time, whatever it was. But you better and I'll say that to any child, whatever situation the child is in, which I hope is not a bad one. I know the world is a horrible place, and there's a lot of horrible things happening to children in the world right now that we know of, that we're aware of. Because
that we are complicit in.
Well, we don't really have much of a choice because I guess we voted to put a man in charge who wants to put children in cages, so this is what America is now. This is what America wanted to be. It's where you voted, so here you are. Hope you're happy. I sure ain't.
So that's Redneck Matinee, folks. Download it at wherever you get podcasts. You're going to want to listen to the first two, Gator and White Lightning, on the creation of the Burt Reynolds myth. A good two-parter. You want to listen to Gator, White Lightning. We got some coming up. We said we were going to do Breaker, and Macon County Line, but someone on our Patreon page, and I've already forgotten who that was, somebody, a brilliant, generous person who gives us at least $5 a month, said that we ought to put up a poll for people who contribute to our Patreon page. It's at Patreon Red State Update. Search for Patreon Red State Update. Yep. If they give us $5 a month, they should be able to vote in the poll to tell us.
Be helping decide us which movies to watch, what they'd rather see. They can vote and give us suggestions.
We would put up a list of probably the 15 or so that we want to do first, and we would let people tell us what's coming. At least 15 if you count the sequels, right? A lot of these have sequels.
Right.
You got to do the Walking Talls. You got to do the Smoking and the
Gotta
Bandits.
go through them all. Well, we did White Lightning. You had to do Gator. That's part 2, yeah.
But if White Lightning and Gator are both pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know when you get to Walking Tall 3.
Well, it loses a little bit of
Smoking
it.
and the Bandit 3.
Well, that one for sure, yeah.
Billy Jack 2 and 3.
I don't. Billy Jack may not have. Some of the actual movie Billy Jack, you start feeling that way. Like, does it need to be this long? But I guess it did.
So that's Redneck Matinee, folks. Go do us a favor. If this is the first time you're hearing about it, go subscribe to it somewhere. Go download it somewhere. Go rates and review it. That really helps us.
It does, yeah.
Anywhere wherever you get the podcast, the Apple Podcast Store, rate and review it really helps us doing it on wherever else you get it.
Should people watch the movies I don't think I have to. You don't have to watch the movies before we talk about it.
I think it's like watching it, hearing us talk about it.
Pretty much. I think it's the same thing, yeah.
The movies that you have in your mind while an old man rambles, people always say are the best movies.
All right.
There's no Oscar category for that, but maybe by next year there will be.
Well,
so that's Redneck Matinee.
go over and check it out, listen to it. We sure would appreciate it. Hopefully you enjoy it. Now, I'm sure you will. And if you want to vote and help us pick and decide what movies, go to, Patreons. Go over there and $5 donation. What is it? Is it donations or production?
Patreon, give $5 a month.
Patreon, $5 a month. You get to get another free one, podcast or something else. All right?
Yeah.
I forgot. Well, I'm a little out of sorts because I've been on the road, and as I get older, it's harder to travel. It's always a little tough to travel, but I tell you what, it's hard when you get older, especially when you're having to go places you don't want to go.
So where all did you go? You went down to Florida? You in Panama City Beach?
No.
You went to Orlando Disney World?
I'm trying to remember it all. Where was
you go Branson, see some shows?
No, I didn't do it. You know damn well where I was. I called you all damn past 2-3
you went
weeks.
To Dollywood.
Nope. Didn't go to Dollywood.
Just had a relaxing time.
I would have liked to have gone to Dollywood. You know, now this is where we're at now.
Were you Myrtle Beach?
No, I didn't go to damn Myrtle Beach.
Tunica?
Nope. You know where I went. I told you. I ain't going to go through it again. It's halfway across the country. And I can't remember the names of all of it.
You went to, let's see if I got, you started out in damn...
Deer Head. What is it? Elk.
Elk City, Oklahoma.
Elk City, Oklahoma was the first designated area that I was told the government.
Not Catoosa.
Nope.
Not Sepulpa.
I said Elk.
Elk City, Oklahoma.
Elk City, Oklahoma. And then after we got there, it's the federal government, folks. It's real important that you know this because I have some shocking information to share on this. But this was to preserve the dwarf-eared mud squirrel that was getting in, which is our sponsor, not the squirrel eating, but the suit that it got in, which I would not recommend anyone to purchase, and I tell you why here in a minute. You don't want to get one of these, and I'm sorry, that's not the proprietor of the establishment where we're recording this. He ain't going to like to hear this, but I'm sorry. Does not do to him. Link Canover, kudzu suits, make these suits out of kudzu, grows them, I guess, what you'd say. Horticulture and you know, style or a fashion tailor. Anyway, he makes these things, and there's you know, they look interesting. Say you gonna catch everybody's eye wearing that, that's for sure. But it turns out this is the perfect environment. Now, this supposedly was an endangered species. It is the dwarf-eared mud squirrel. And for whatever reasons, they got inside of these suits, and that it was the perfect condition, temperature, scent, aroma, whatever, texture for them to mate. And being that these, you know, creatures were on the endangered species list, this was a good and positive thing. Unfortunately, the federal government needed you to take these, because you can't take the suit off once you have it on if you got the squirrels in there. You have to, you know, legally, you have to keep it on. And first they sent me to Elk City. Turned out couldn't be there, had a family of them. Had to go, where was the next place I went?
I believe that was in Iowa.
Up.
Was it Mason City, Iowa?
Mason City, Iowa. Yeah, it's all blur to me. You're going to have to
Now,
bear
what
with
did you
me.
get to? Was there a beach there? Did you get to spend some time with your toes
No,
burrowed
I
into
didn't.
the sand?
No, they were rounding this up and putting this in these little makeshift, tent office building, whatever the hell they were. You waited in there. You couldn't take your suit off. I had question after question after question. When did you put it on? Did
you get to see where Buddy Holly crashed?
No,
the
I
Big
did not.
Bopper?
No, I didn't.
Richie Valens?
No, I went on. I mean,
You know who was supposed to be on that plane?
What?
You ever heard about that?
Who?
Famous story. Waylon Jennings was supposed to be on that plane. He was playing with them back in.
That's right. He played
Young Waylon Jennings.
Yeah,
Could have
that's
been
Better Holiday.
11, 12 years old. He was already famous
Better Holiday.
for being Waylon Jennings, 11, 12 years old, already famous for smoking. Like the smoking, he was one of them smoking babies.
Oh, yeah. That was popular back in them days.
He kept the habit, but like the newsreels and stuff. Waylon Jennings to show the little baby smoking.
Yeah.
And then he picked up an instrument, and he was supposed to be on the plane that crashed. They said, "Hey, Waylon, you want to fly on this plane?" He said, "Hell no."
Yeah.
Well, we got a seat. Fuck that seat.
Hey.
I'll drive. Whatever stump water I'm going to. And they're like, "You're 11 years old." And he flicked a cigarette at him and said, "I hope his goddamn plane crashes."
All right. If you said it, I don't need to hear you repeat every single
That's a
word
famous.
of it.
You never heard that story?
No,
That's
I ain't heard that story. I don't know the
famous.
first thing about it. I'm glad it didn't get on the plane, 'cause thank goodness we had many more years of
Everybody
Waylon Jennings.
smoked back then,
Well, yeah.
but people did not like traveling with Waylon Jennings because he smoked so much. Often would have 2 to 3 cigarettes in his mouth at the same time.
Well, it's no different. Back there was a time when babies smoked cigarettes, and
Yep.
then when years later, in your time, that's when babies drank beer.
Yep.
As far as I know, there was never a time when babies were doing both.
No, it was not cool. Even back when I was a baby, it was like, get that cigarette out of your
Yeah,
mouth.
well, we would always do that for you. The beer, you like to open it, you like the sound. You know, get you take a
That's
little taste.
funny.
That's funny, but every time you
Sometimes you
picked
get
up,
a little on you, squirt
no,
on
it's
you.
funny when you would grab a cigarette and take a puff off of one and get a butt. But still, we knew that we always got those away from you as soon as we saw you.
That's why
get
them
one.
old Porky Pig cartoons, when he's smoking a cigar, they had to show him vomiting. That was a law.
Yeah.
Because you couldn't advertise in a cartoon
Right.
a pig smoking. It made kids want to do it.
Yep.
But you could, in the newsreel, show Pudgy Baby Waylon Jennings smoking, because that was... They said, well, this is just freedom of the press. This is an actual story that's happening in the world. Although it turns out Waylon Jennings' uncle was in the newsreel business, and he knew the best way to make his mark. He was trying to get his foot in the door.
Got him smoking, right?
He said, he went to Waylon Jennings' parents and said, "Hey, if you let me get him hooked on cigarettes, I'm pretty sure I'll put some money away for his college education because I'm going to get rich on these newsreels."
Yeah.
Turns out Waylon Jennings didn't need to go to college because he was, spared miraculously.
And playing, they didn't get on.
And then he
board.
just kept on, playing music.
Which is what he really should be remembered for more than being a smoking baby. I think Waylon Jennings had great.
That's like a
music.
trivia thing. That most people remember Waylon. I bet if you asked 3 out of 4 people would say Waylon Jennings. Yeah, he country music.
One of the greatest
star.
country music
Lukenbach,
writers.
Texas.
Some of the best. He's definitely one of the best country artists there was. God rest his soul, but
firm feeling women.
But he
I don't need my name in the marquee lights.
He eventually quit smoking years like myself after he did it for years, but he quit, so that's a good thing.
It's weird that one person will remember him as a smoking baby.
I didn't remember him that way. If I blocked it out, if that's what it was, but maybe back in they'd smoke a cigarette.
That's a Trivial Pursuit question for you.
That'd win the game for you, I reckon.
Go do that pub trivia. You ever do that pub trivia?
What is it?
Pub trivia? You ever do that?
No.
Go down. I tried to get one of them started at Gentleman Jim's too. I got the shit beat out of me.
I don't know why everybody has to sit around a table to do it. Can't you just do it when you watch Jeopardy? That's what I always did. You just did it. You watch Jeopardy, and if you scream it out before the person says it and you get it right, then you win.
Well, that's what they had it on. They had Jeopardy on at Gentleman Jim's too. They said, "What we need You sitting up there asking, we got this on.
Yeah. That's how I
said,
feel
well,
about
I
it.
thought we'd just have some fun and maybe win a few
It's
prizes.
fun to watch Jeopardy and see if you knows it as much as the people on there.
Next thing I know, I woke up in the emergency room with stitches in my head.
Well,
I'm still picking glass out of my scalp.
well, even if that's how you wound up, I don't think it's because you were drinking beer as a toddler. I want to say that, make that clear right now. If you're a baby and you have a choice to be around whiskey drinking or beer drinking, I'm going to say put that baby with the beer every time on that. I'd put it over a cigarette, too. So I'll make that clear, perfectly clear to everybody. I'm not supporting, but, any of that for a baby. But if a baby had to be around one of the three, I'd just soon drink a beer or take a sip every now and then anyway. Well, I got a lot to catch you up on here, and this is real important, and this is shocking information that I have to share with the American people, and I hope you take the information here, and well, that's how it works. You say it here on the computer, it goes from there, it keeps going and going. Not so much what we say on the computer, but this is one thing that I'm going to say on here that I hope gets out there. So they sent me, I was in Elk City, started Elk City, then I went to
Mason City,
Iowa. Then after that, they sent me further out.
Bowman, North Dakota.
Now, I remember
You're getting
this.
pretty high up there on America.
Well, listen, was
high
about
up at the top of it almost.
when the next place. Now, things get worse and worse every one of these stops, and I'm going to fill you in on this.
It's at the bottom of North Dakota, but North Dakota's at the top
At
of
the
America.
top of America. But when they got me to North Dakota, they said they're going to sit. Luckily, that was not the case, and I got out of there with my life. But they was about to send me out of the country up to Alberta. That's up Canada. Up
Medicine Hat?
Medicine Hat, Alberta, Canada.
Almost sounds made up, and yet it's real.
That's a real place. That's right, Medicine Hat. And fortunately, I saw it on the map, so it's real, but I didn't go there.
That was your chance to get out of the country.
Well, that's true, and I second guess that, but I think the reason I stayed here so I could get this information I'm about to share out to the American citizens.
Patriot, a Paul Revere.
Something we need to, well, I ain't gonna go that far, but this is something everybody should know. Now,
you just smell like a horse. You ain't right.
when we did a Page Zone thing, I was able to announce to the $5 pageants that I have representation now that's helping me. I'm taking on the federal government. I'm taking on this administration and the United States government.
If you give $5 at a Patreon, you get 20 extra minutes with Jackie and Dunlap every week. At least 20 extra minutes
Sometimes
of us
longer.
talking. And this week, you got a little preview of where that Jackie was back.
I wasn't allowed at that time to go because my representation, my lawyer, advised me not to talk, not to talk about this.
Lawyer?
He is not a Nashville lawyer.
You have bad luck with lawyers.
Well, I do, but I think maybe my luck's turned around because let me tell you who I got. It's Michael Avenatti. You seen him on TV from a porn lady that Trump did something with. I don't even know, nobody cares about that anymore. They just nobody talks about it no more.
Is she okay?
I hope so. I think she's out doing shows. What she does.
Wait a minute. Michael Avenatti.
Yeah.
You just refreshed my memory. When you said that, I was like, oh, that's that bald-headed lawyer who comes and on the commercials, and he's like, if you've been in an accident, call me. He's on the back of the buses.
Well, no.
Like Bart Durham's son-in-law is what I thought he was.
No, this one's on the
Bart
news.
Durham is a local. Go ahead, Jack.
He's on the news shows all the time. First he was
Bart Durham?
No, Michael Avenatti. First he was representing Miss Stormy Daniels.
Right, okay,
and then nobody cared about that. That went away. And then what did he do next?
If his job is to make people care about Trump's crimes, that is a shitty-ass job.
Well, yeah. I
Good luck, sir.
I think that should be every American's job, but he managed to get on TV and run his mouth about it all the time.
So he got to join AFTRA for
Well,
it.
you're a good lawyer if you could, whatever you do and winds up on TV. And I guess right now he's running for, he said he'd got time to do this, he ain't focusing, but I guess he's thinking about running for president. I don't know if that's a good idea.
Are you saying only good lawyers wind up on TV?
Well, I mean, you must be a good one if you wind up on TV.
What about the man, Klaus Van Bülow man, who? Trump's best friend, lawyer.
Oh, Dershowitz.
Yeah, how come he's not a good lawyer, is he, or is he?
He got O.J. Simpson off. I'd say that's a good lawyer.
What about Rudy Giuliani?
What did he do? He's not a good lawyer.
He's Trump's lawyer, but he's on TV all the time.
He's not a good one. Yeah, he's not. He's just crazy, and I don't know what the hell he is. He was more governor. He was DA.
He was America's mayor.
Well, for a hot minute there, he sure was, wasn't he? That's all gone. That's all water on the bridge. All that's put it behind you.
He's remembering that. It's kind of like remembering the Macarena. It's like, wow, that was popular.
People actually you won't be able to convince anybody that nowadays that wasn't alive during 9/11 stuff. Or too young to remember it, or was busy, just not paying attention to what was going on in the world. Some people like that. I remember
some people were too busy for 9/11.
They just didn't like what happened, and
some people will not take the time to slow down
and watch what's happening in the world. That's why we had to do it back then. We got to do it now. And let me tell you what's happening in this world. And thanks to Michael Avenatti, he says I can give out some details here. I can't go into major specifics because we need to save some of this for the case, which, in between times being on TV, I reckon is what it does, and then running for president. But he also
keeps busy. He may have been one of those. Do you think he was aware of 9/11? I'm sure he is now.
Of course he is now. If he was busy like he is today, back then, I wouldn't, I would understand if he missed it, I'm not accusing him either. He's a smart man, a smart lawyer, and I appreciate him helping me out here. It's not because of his affiliation against Trump or anything like that, but of course I approve of that. But he reached out to myself and some other what I would call victims, the other people that had one of these kudzu suits on, had some squirrels on them that got shipped all around the damn country and would have wound up God even knows where. So I want to thank Michael Avenatti. And let me tell you what happened.
Are you saying he sprung you? He got you out?
He didn't get us out. He heard about this story. I shared it with him, and he gave us all his card. It was me and about 5 or 6 other people. If they won't talk about it, I ain't going to give them their names out. If they won't get on here or wherever and talk about their,
Michael Avenatti from TV.
As far as I know, I think, yeah. Gave me his card. Here it is right here. Look. Michael, it says it right there, Michael Avenatti. He was bald as can be.
Are you sure that's how you spell it?
It was an L. What is it?
I wouldn't even know how to pronounce it to ask Google.
Yeah. I think that's him anyway. I'm pretty sure that's him, who it is. Because he said he was on TV, but he may be on TV for something else.
I'm pretty sure that's him.
Well, okay, that's Michael. Michael Avenatti, I'm sure I could have swore it was, but he is representing me and some other people in this situation because of what the federal government.
75% sure that's Michael Avenatti.
I'd say so. I'd maybe a little more 75. We'll look into that, but I'm pretty sure Michael Avenatti.
But he hates Trump.
He does.
And he's going to sue the squirrels?
Not the squirrels. The squirrels are like Link Canover. They didn't have...
Who?
Link Canover. Link Canover's kudzu suits, where we're at right now. We're sitting there. He runs this place.
I thought Link Can Opener ran this place.
Well, that's his nickname, but his real name is Link Can.
Of course.
All right.
Okay, sorry.
You know what I'm talking about. And again, it's not his fault that I have to tell people not to come here to purchase.
Sort of.
Well, not intentionally his fault. Well, he didn't make these kudzu suits so a bunch of squirrels get in it so government get a hold of them, did he?
The road to Medicine Hat is paved with kudzu suits.
Look, at one time, maybe these dwarf-eared mutt squirrels were indeed on an endangered species list. I think that's true. It's certainly not the case now because there's more than enough of them, trust me. Thanks to Link Canover's kudzu suits, they were breeding like they never bred before, years and years anyway, and there's a lot of them. But this is all a ruse. Even if they were on it, this was not what the government was after. They kept shipping me from place to place, and it was like moving up the scientific laboratories. Now, the last place it was, a man said, I had enough. They would talk about sending me up to Canada. I didn't know what the hell was going on. I got scared, and I tell you what. When they weren't looking, I got out of the little hotel thing they had to see. It wasn't a hotel. It was like a just a place with bunk beds, more like a jail, I guess. But they had 2 or 3 of us in there, and I said, the hell this. I went running, and I got out. And I tell you what, for an old man, I was moving pretty fast because I'd had enough of this. They were telling me something different every time they told me something. And a couple people went with me, and bless their hearts, they made it out alive too. But they did not see this. There was a moment, man come down the hall, and I had to squeeze into a space. I had to open the door. Didn't know what was behind it. Thankfully, there's nobody in there. But I tell you what I saw in there, give me a chill to my bone. Even right, just talking about it now, I got the jitters.
What was it, a bathtub?
What?
A shower?
No. It's like a conference room or something. They had all these plans laid out that went into detail, explaining what all this dwarf-eared mutt squirrel business was and where they were trying to get them. And there were locations to get a bunch there, and they were going to ship these. I mean, and it ain't just, this is what I call collusion. I saw it with my own eyes. Saw it right there with my own eyes. This is collusion. This is our government working, you won't believe this, working with Russia. Russian agents or something. This is a Russia-funded, this is the joint operation between our country and Russia. I know that's shocking. It's hard to believe. But this is what I saw with my own eyes. They are putting this together. It's called Operation MSR. This is a top secret government, I'm telling you, conspiracy, whatever you want to call it, you tell me, but I know what I saw with my own eyes. Now, unfortunately, I ran into somebody else who was trying to escape. I brought him back in there. Come in here quick. You need to see this so everybody else see it. But when I went back in there, it's up on the whiteboard. A marker wrote all this out. Someone had wiped it clean. But I saw it with my own eyes, and I'll never forget it. Operation MSR. This is supposed to happen. This is going to take place come election time, midterms, in November.
What is
election day?
I know elections in November. What's MSR?
Operation Mississippi Squirrel Revival. That's what it's short for. They were going to take all of these little, because they're little, they're small, they can get in all sorts of crevices. They get in your suit. They hear me out now, and this is not.
You are the worst Louise Mitch ever.
Who? What?
This is a conspiracy theory. You're a left-wing conspiracy theorist.
I saw this with my own 2 eyes. It was all up on that whiteboard. Russia had a line drawn from USA to Russia, all the states where they were going to try these swing states, all these places they were going to send these dwarf-eared mutt squirrels to every voting booth you could find. So come election day, you down there trying to, cast your vote, make the blue wave or whatever you think it is going to happen. Our government conspired with a foreign country to get all these little squirrels and just drive everybody crazy. Women be screaming, men like, what's that? You couldn't get in the vote. They're going to have these little things. It'd take you a minute. You think it's a mouse or something. And after a while, it's like, no. And you get a bunch of them all over you, if you don't have a kudzu suit on, I should say. They'll get to scratching and a gnawing, and they'll get to acting up. And it's just doing a squirrel's business. It ain't their fault. It's not like they train these dwarf-eared mutt squirrels to be secret agents or anything like that. It's just rounding them up and them being critters, just acting like critters do. But to use these, it just burns my britches that they would use an endangered species and fool the American people like this. And I tell you what, Michael Avenatti said it's okay if I said it on here, and I'll say it in a courtroom, and I can't wait to put my hand on the Bible and swear to tell the truth. And I'll tell you what I saw.
Who erased it?
I don't know.
Putin? Was he disguised as a janitor?
He wasn't there as far as I know. He could have been, but I ain't going to find it. Why would he don't have to be there.
This 100-year-old man just discovered my plans to send Russian children with shoeboxes of squirrels to America's voting booths.
Yeah.
Loose the squirrels and let them run up America's pants legs.
It'd be all over the country. This was handy. Like, I'm going in to vote. Don't go in there. Unless you want squirrel biting you, scratching you, don't go in there.
I reckon I won't vote then.
Well.
Is that what you think? Now that I say it out loud, it does make sense.
People are always looking for an excuse not to have to go vote. I'm telling you.
How do you know this isn't misinformation, that they let you go to carry this Mississippi Squirrel Revival misinformation out to America to make them scared of this, while meanwhile they sneak back onto Facebook if they ever really left? How would an old man escape from government barracks?
I managed to get out. I ran.
With a bum leg.
We ran, me and 3 or 4 other people.
Where are they?
Huh?
Where are these people?
Home safe, as far as I'm concerned. I think Michael Kavanugh is also representing these people.
Did you get to meet Stormy Daniels?
No, I didn't meet Stormy Daniels. She didn't. She wasn't up there. She don't know nothing about this. She's going to strip clubs.
So
and
you
stuff.
say?
That's what she does. Which I ain't judging that. So be it. I'd try to find something else to do. But if that's what she does, so be it. You can make fun of them all you want. I saw this. We made it out of there. We made it down the highway a good spell, found a Shell station, and called someone to come get us.
If you had a picture of Yakov Smirnoff and you told somebody it was Ray Stevens, they'd probably believe you.
Listen, I know Ray Stevens is a big Trump supporter and likes this administration, but I think even this would shock him. That they would take one of his, this is a good Ray Stevens song too, to take that and turn it into Operation MSR. They were going to, it's just colluding and tampering in our elections, and no one's going to stop it. But I tell you what, somebody is going to stop it. I'm going to stop it with the help of Michael Kavanagh and hopefully some other witnesses who, granted, now they were there and went through all this. They didn't, I was the only one that saw all this written out.
Do they believe you?
Yeah, believe me. How is this any weirder than or stranger than anything that's actually happening in this country right now?
That's a good point.
Well, this is the way things are now. It's just going to get worse and weirder. Worse and weirder.
That's true. That's another good point. The Tennessee squirrel collusion. Well, shit.
Well, it's not necessarily Tennessee. It started here. I think these things are everywhere, but it's a Operation Mississippi Squirrel Revival. It's a real thing.
Tennessee squirrel collusion.
I hope that we have stopped this by speaking out. That's the reason I want you, if you're hearing this, I want you to get on your computers, all of those things, and say Operation MSR. It's coming, November. Get some squirrel repellent. Well, hell, I told everybody not to get one of these kudzu suits. I may be thinking the wrong way there. I would just say you wouldn't want to go through the trouble of having to put one on and having the government ship you all over the place. But now that I think about it, if you walk into a voting booth wearing one of these kudzu suits, they ain't going to be biting and scratching and on you.
They'll be getting down to lovemaking.
Well, that's what to do. They'll get in that suit. So maybe, hell, I hope, and like I said, I like Link Canover.
Who?
Link Canover.
Is that your sponsor?
No. Well, yeah, kudzu suits, Lake Canover kudzu suits. I thought it was going to be the last time saying it, but now that I'm thinking about it, maybe he can join the resistance and mark down these kudzu suits for people to put them on come November.
Well, it can't make things worse.
No, it can't. Cannot. And you may say, oh, well, you crazy old man, your eyes don't work. You didn't see it. I went up close and read it, so I could see it. I know what it says. I saw all the lines from here to there, and, this saying this, we're going to ship them here and do that. And Russia's behind this, joint with our government, Operation MSR. You let people know about this. We're going to get the word out and get prepared. I'm telling you right now, get one of these, come down here and get Link Canover, and hopefully he'll work a deal with you. Hey, see a Trump supporter? I don't know. He may be fall for this for all I know.
He could be behind it.
I don't gonna think Link Hanover wouldn't have nothing to do with no Russians. He may like Trump, but he don't like Russians.
He could be playing 3-dimensional chess.
I guess if you do like Trump, you kind of have to like Russia at this point, don't you? You ain't got much of a choice. If he's telling you every day what a nice man he is, why would you think that he wasn't? Yeah. Yeah. That's Link Hanover's kudzu suits is my sponsor. But more importantly, nothing against Link Hanover. Get the word out. Operation Mississippi Squirrel Revival. Operation MSR. This is real. This could be a tragic event. Red alert.
Siren emoji.
Michael Avenatti, turn it on. If you turn on a news channel and he ain't on there, turn it to another one, and he'd probably be on there, and hopefully he's talking about this. He said it was okay for me to start talking about it, and he going to pick up a mantle here pretty soon. Me and Michael Avenatti are going to stop this collusion, this Operation MSR. I ain't going to let it happen. I'm still kicking. I ain't give up yet. I'm still going to fight for America, what little of it's left. Is there any of it left? Is there anything worth a damn hair left? I don't. Well, I'm going to try to save it so maybe we can make something worth a damn hair.
Well, I'll tell you where things are worth a damn, Jackie. I got a sponsor this week that I think you're really gonna enjoy.
Yeah.
Well, let's go to Lukenbach, Texas, with Jackie and Dunlap and the boys.
Yeah.
You ever been to Lukenbach, Texas?
No.
Sounds like someplace they would have shipped you.
Wow.
Is there an actual Lukenbach, Texas?
I reckon. I don't know why he'd sing about something made up.
Well, people sing about stuff made up all the time. Ain't you ever heard gospel music?
Hey.
Jackie?
What?
Would you like to relax? How about you take a load off?
I need to relax after what I've been through. My heart rate, just thinking about it, after just sharing that people, my blood pressure got to be high in hell.
You ever need a margarita?
Margarita?
How about a pina colada?
Margarita.
How about any of them tropical boat drinks?
There's too much fruit in it for me. I don't care for it.
Well, how are you getting your fiber these days?
I eat my bran flakes, whatever it is.
I like mine soaked in alcohol.
Well,
Jackie, you need to go to Sandy Stairs Beach Ball Bungalow.
What is it?
Have you ever dreamed of living in Sandy Stairs Beach Ball Bungalow? Have you ever dreamed of living inside of a Jimmy Buffett song?
No.
Have you ever wanted to taste liquor and coconut at the same time?
Not really, no.
When you get drunk, do you like to also get a freezy headache?
What is it?
Do you need a Hawaiian shirt and some baggy shorts and some flip-flops?
That don't look good on me. I don't like it.
Yeah, I don't like it on old people. It doesn't look right.
It don't.
It doesn't look great on young people.
No, not really. It don't look like, it look like young people trying to wear old people clothes that old people should have never been wearing in the first place.
Except at Sandy Stairs Beach Ball Bungalow, that's when the pressures of the world get to be too much, and you can come down and listen to some calypso music, or Jimmy Buffett's greatest hits, or one of his albums even. I'll go that far.
I like Jimmy Buffett songs. I just never, don't listen to them all the time. I like a cheeseburger song. Paradise, cheeseburger in paradise,
What if you get a hammock? You ever lay on a hammock
like
tied between two potted palm trees on the back deck of a patio in central Murfreesboro?
Well, this place in Murfreesboro then.
Sandy Stairs Beach Ball Bungalow is like Panama City Beach up and moved to fucking Murfreesboro.
All right, don't say it like that.
Oh, shit, Jackie. If you watch the news and you're like, I can't take it no more, you don't even have to be liberal. Maybe you're conservative. You're like, I don't see what all these people are complaining about.
Tired of hearing it.
Things are pretty good. Come on down to Sandy Stairs Beach Ball Bungalow. I work there as a towel boy.
You work there?
They got a pool.
Swimming pool.
Yeah. A swimming pool full of people in bathing suits, mostly in their late 50s to mid 60s.
Well, they can swim too, can't they?
Some of them. I'll bring them a towel and dry them off. You ain't got to worry about nothing at Sandy Stairs Beach Ball Bungalow.
So it's just like going on vacation for a few drinks.
With
or
wings, hot wings.
I like hot wings every now and then.
Yeah.
Too hot, but I like them. Yeah.
Designated driver. Come on down, spend all day. Just cast your cares away.
If I got regular whiskey or regular beer, I'd go. I don't like all the fruit stuff, but hey, I'd go see, I don't know if I'd get in the swimming pool, but that's something I'd...
Worries for another day.
Yeah.
Let the music play. Down at Sandy Stairs Beach Ball Bungalow, it's like being at damn... What's your favorite beach town, Jackie?
I got no beach town.
You won't even want to go see an actual ocean after this.
Last beach I went to was Myrtle Beach in 1980-something.
Why would I even go there? I'll just come over here at Sandy Stairs Beach Ball Bungalow and relax. Folks, self-care is important. It's important for you to tune out the bad news. Forget about America's troubles. Come on down. Get yourself in an easy chair or hammock and just relax.
Yeah.
And I'll come and towel off your feet.
Yeah.
And maybe I'll say something like, there's still kids in cages. And then I'll get written up again. Because this ain't the place for that. This is the time. Self-care is important. It's getting a hammock.
All right.
Put on your Hawaiian shirt.
You got to tune it out every now and then.
You got to tune it out every now and then.
That's true.
I mean, I'm sure that's what they said in fucking Germany.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Like, we can't have this on 24/7. Let's go get a fucking sausage.
Hey, watch your mouth.
Let's relax. Life is a cabaret. So come on down to Sandy Stairs Beach Ball Bungalow because breast milk. Jackie, why would they?
Why?
I said to the woman, I said, why? What's he got against breast milk? She said, I'm just trying to enjoy my drink.
Well,
Please towel off my feet. And I said, I'll towel off your feet. I don't actually work there any longer.
well, yeah.
But you explained to me what he could possibly have against fucking breast milk.
All right. Don't say it like that.
That doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense in any sense. Like as a evil plan, is it just to make money for formula? Like it seems like a distraction from. But it's all a distraction, I guess, isn't it? Like this thing's a distraction from that, and that thing's a distraction from that.
Yeah.
I mean, who the fuck knows?
Hey, watch your mouth.
Who ordered these cheese fries? You enjoying your fucking privilege?
Watch your mouth.
So that's Sandy Stairs.
Well, I wish you hadn't talked about too much while you was there so you still had your job. Because I tell you what, when you was wiping people's feet off, everybody needs to know this. Operation Mississippi Squirrel Revival. You need to act right just for a little while, get back in there, and you tell all those old people swimming.
Maybe I can apologize. I don't know if they're going to let me have his job back, Jackie. I stole like 75 towels.
Oh, well, maybe I can just go in there for a day and get the word out.
Maybe I can spray paint abolish ice on them and hang them over the overpass. But last time I said abolish ice at Sandy Stairs Beach Ball Bungalow, they said, hey, at least let me finish my margarita.
Everybody out there, I'm still Jackie Bros, and I'm still on here, and I'm back home, thank the Lord.
Folks, people, this is your cousin Uncle Dunlap, the dirty dirt nap, the dirt lap. Dirt lap, the dirt. Folks, when I said margarita earlier, I meant because of ice. Abolish ice. It was supposed to be like abolish ice. I need the ice for this drink. But margarita is also... You get that when you go to a Mexican restaurant, so.
Oh, yeah.
So it's got I guess it either is no good or has a double meaning.
Probably neither one.
I like to believe it has a double meaning.
Well, if you tell people that, if you said that to begin with, that's what everybody would have thought. But
this joke about how terrible everything is and racism has a double meaning.
Yeah. That don't sound right when it comes from like a, just a regular old white guy. What are those two? Which meaning is that? Which meaning is this? Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably should have kept your mouth shut.
Who are you? The Nanette special?
The what?
It's a good special.
Special?
Jackie?
What?
Jackie Broles.
Yeah.
Have you taken a look outside the window and see how the world is looking today?
Well, I can look out and it looks like it's okay, but I know better.
Look out the sunny window. We need a theme song. It's like, look out the window, Jackie. How are things looking today?
Yeah.
And then you go.
That's what Grandpa Jones would talk out the window all the time.
Hey, about food.
Well, yeah. Well,
yours would be about how many more racist attacks there seem to be.
I don't want to sing a song about that. I want to sing a song about food.
But is that just because our privilege didn't allow us to see them? Because it does seem like things are actually getting more dangerous. I'm not trying to pin things merely on Trump and saying there was no racism before. I'm not trying to say that my privilege didn't blind me to many of the trials and tribulations our fellow Americans go through every day. I'm just saying that I do feel like Trump's riling people up more than before. I mean, it just seems weird but I don't want, I'm not trying to tell people how to feel. I should shut up and listen, but it just seems like he's riling people. It seems worse. I'm not saying it wasn't bad, but it's got to be worse.
It's on that you show me something on a computer all the damn time of somebody being awful to somebody else. Usually it's people of different color skin. It's somebody white being awful or just stupid. And I don't understand because every time they end up doing this, everybody sees them on the damn computer doing it. And usually, for the most part, I think all of them have to, shut all their computer stuff down. They get fired. They got to find a new job. They got to figure out where they can go apply for a job where they don't mind racist, or don't mind, you can explain to them, I need to get this out up front. That's the rest of their life after this. So I don't understand why people keep doing it. I guess they're just encouraged to do it because they sit there and see the damn president do it and all of them.
And everybody that works for him. So I guess they think they can work at the White House. Because Jackie, because Fox News and Breitbart and the damn all our old friends in the right-wing news media.
Yeah. They all lost their minds, as far as I'm concerned.
They tell these people, if that's all you're watching or listening to, if all you're listening to is Fox News and these people, then all you hear is that these people are coming after you. If all you listen to is the president, then all you hear is that these people are gunning for you. So when this guy attacks a woman wearing a Puerto Rican shirt at the damn campgrounds, He thinks he's making a stand. Also, he's racist. He's a racist who thinks he's making a stand. He's an emboldened, idiotic racist who has no facts. The only facts he's been given are not facts. They're just things that make him more racist, paranoid, afraid, and likely to vote for Trump. So, I'm not saying he ain't racist and a bad person. I'm not trying to pin it all on Fox and Trump. I'm just saying they're clearing the brush from the fence row so he can ride his bike up and down it.
Yeah.
That ever happened, anybody?
No.
You never like to ride your bike up and down a fence row?
I ain't ride a bike much since I was in high school. Right?
Was that one of them unicycles?
No, it wasn't
like
a
one of them
unicycle.
funny old
bicycle. I didn't have no of them, nothing like that, huh?
But no, please, Jackie, sing a song about food.
Well, food is better. If I'm about to say, all of these things need to be talked about, and we need to discuss all this, what's happening in our country right now, but maybe not sing a song about, racism. Maybe song isn't the appropriate way to I know a lot of people did it back in the 60s. Hippies used to sing about, we're good for them, that's fine, don't be racist. I usually like that kind of song or that sentiment, whether I understand whoever, whether they're high or whatever it is.
What about Michael Jackson?
What?
What about Michael Jackson?
What about him?
He had his problems, but what about Black and White?
Black and White, I don't remember all of his songs.
How about I'm Looking at the Man in the Mirror?
Well, I don't know. I can't remember all of Michael Jackson's songs.
What about the Free Willy song?
Oh, that's that Whale. Yeah, that's good. Whatever that song is, if it's a Whale song, that's good. But yeah, there's some other questionable things he did with his life, I think. Michael Jackson.
Things are terrible.
Well, yeah.
Either they've always been bad and we were too racist to see it, or they've gotten worse thanks to our past racism.
This country's always had, let's just say a smoldering brush fire of racism. Always has. Always been there. That's how we like it. Smoldering, keep it that there. And then these people come around, President Dumbasses poured kerosene all over it. And
I guess it was just smoldering. It's like if you had glasses that made raging fires look like they're smoldering that they give to all white people. And then Trump takes those glasses away, and then you can see the fire. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That burned up a lot of people.
Yeah. Well, you ain't going to get no job in the White House acting a fool. You're probably just going to lose your damn job.
Yeah, they don't need... Here's the thing. He's got all the idiot racists he needs.
And let's be honest
He's full up.
The White House, that's not really... I wouldn't call that steady work. Because you ain't going to work there, but for how long anyway? I don't care how racist you are. You're going to get fired at some point or have to resign.
I'm going to actually go back on what I just said. It's entirely possible that Trump could hire somebody from one of these racist videos where a racist is attacking a poor American citizen who ain't white. 100%. I'm going to go on the record right now and say he will hire one of these people at some point. Maybe they're homophobes. Maybe they're denying somebody a cake. Maybe they're saying, get out, go back to your own country. I don't know what way it's going to go.
When he's out campaigning, you don't tell me he could have the woman that called on the little girl selling water, and then the woman that called on the making a barbecue, and then the man that hates Puerto Rico. He could have all three of them standing behind him making a stump
in the pool.
speech.
I mean, we could go on and on.
I wouldn't put it past you. I'd hate to think that, but that is entirely possible.
We're saying, Democrats saying, they need to add another Supreme Court justice to the bench to make up for Merrick Garland. He could add like 20 and just have the racist people from Facebook that week be the new Supreme Court justices.
Yeah.
Would not surprise me. Would it surprise you? And I tell you what, after a couple days, people would just be like, well, now we got 20 extra judges and Trump's normal. Like people would be a little weird about it for a day or two, and then we'd forget because he'd be, I don't know, what, kicking a dog?
I don't know what it
I'm going to come out here and kick a dog for an hour. I'm going to kick this dog. Watch me kick this dog. I used to think it would be animals that would bring him down. There's nothing that will bring him down. There's nothing.
No.
But this is how they used to talk about Superman before they figured out kryptonite.
That's true. Well, see what happens.
All the villains were in a cave, secret lair. They're like, well, shit, you can't shoot him. You can't stab him with a knife.
Yep.
I'm not advocating these things. You can't throw a brick at him.
This talking about Superman.
Yeah, talking about Superman, not the president.
About anybody.
Can't run him over with a
living. Yeah, Superman's pretend. Yeah.
They're like, there ain't nothing that'll stop him. He's invincible. And then somebody come in, some egghead, like, well, I found this green rock green rock.
Lex Luthor did that.
Really, you found a green rock? What did Lex Luthor say when he found kryptonite?
I got him now. Something I don't know.
All I'm saying is, I guess it's 2 points I'd like to make. Trump is about to hire an unknown regular person racist, viral famous, to his cabinet, and we could be on the verge of the Trump tonight. We don't know what it is, but there's something out there
Well, I heard the old Mueller. Of course, nobody cares about Mueller anymore. People that did even in all the polls, everybody says nobody likes it. In every poll, I say nobody likes it because Republicans just don't like it. Period. And then I guess all the Democrats don't like it because it's taking too damn long. So don't nobody like it. But anyhow, I heard today he had about 100 blank subpoenas he was getting hold of. So he's about to.
Can't you just print those off internet?
I don't know how you do it. That's that's his job. I don't know.
Can't you just go to like one of them lawyer apps and get a? Where you get them from? Where'd you hear that?
Where the heck?
You got to go to Office Depot. Somebody at Office Depot said.
No, he ain't got to go. He got to get the judge to sign off on that. You can't just print it up.
Oh well.
Somebody had to be.
Fancy judge paper. Is that what we need now?
I guess that's what it is.
I hope Justice Kavanaugh, has plenty of his fancy judge paper when he's passing his Trump is innocent laws.
Well, he's saying that it don't matter whether he's innocent or not. He seems to think it regardless, innocent or guilty, it doesn't make any difference. The president can't be indicted. That's pretty much what it says. He didn't say the president's, innocent. He never said that. He said, this years ago, too. But he said, no, shouldn't be indicted. Even though he work on what Kenny Starr's thing?
Well, he changed his mind.
Oh, he changed his mind after that.
Well, see, he got a job working for the people who were trying to indict the president. And then he got a job working for the president. And then he was like, oh, you know what? I was wrong. But I did a lot of things I regret in the 90s.
Well, we'll see. Get used to him. Because I don't see there are people trying to come up with ideas or whatnot that won't stop him. But hell, you can't do nothing. There's enough of them. They're gonna appoint him. Which I guess he's the least worst person on the list of awful people. From what I understand, that's what people are saying anyway.
You remember when I had my Zoot Suit Right cover band?
What was it?
My Zoot Suit Right cover band.
No, I don't know what that is.
It was Cherry Poppin' Daddies, but they only had that one song, so I just said it was Zoot Suit Right. But that song's probably racist, too. I don't know the history of everything.
I don't know why you want every song to be racist. You want me
I
to
don't
sing
want
a
it.
racist song, and you said that, well, I don't want it either. I don't want to sing one.
I got my windows down. I'm driving along. Brown Sugar comes on the goddamn radio.
Hey.
I'm like, oh, yeah. Then I'm like, oh, wait. They're like, oh, fuck.
Hey, watch your mouth. You can
Windows
think it, don't
roll up. Where's Trump now? Where'd he go?
He's over. Went to NATO, and then he got to go to England or something like that.
Oh, man.
He's going to find this will be the funniest time anybody's ever gone to England since Jerry Lee Lewis, I think.
Didn't he kill somebody? A wife?
They say he killed a few of those people. How many people you think Trump might kill?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either.
I really want to enjoy Great Balls of Fire. Should that go on our list?
That's a Southern movie, ain't it? Yeah.
Folks, we mentioned this up top, but we have another podcast called Redneck Matinee.
If you like country movies, Southern movies, I'd say go and listen to it.
If you have to separate the art from the artist, what about art made about an artist who married his 13-year-old cousin and may have killed some people?
Yeah. Well, I didn't like him over because all that story broke out when he was over there, and they sure as hell don't like Trump.
England can kiss my ass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's watch the language, but that's the best part. That's funny when it says that. Yeah.
If Trump said that, it would make me like our President Hitler a little bit.
Yeah.
Not enough to make up for any of the rest of it.
No, it would amuse me. He'd get the day off from me. He'd get a day off of scorn.
That's probably when he'd sneak in more concentration camps.
Well, and yeah.
You got to be on guard, Jackie.
Well, I guess he's in NATO now and run his mouth all
He's over
morning.
there in NATO.
Wherever NATO is. That's over, where is that? Belgium or someplace? Hell, I don't know where he's at.
You know what that sound is?
Yeah.
He's over there going, fuck Germany, fuck England, Fuck France.
Well, I don't need to
Fuck
say it. That
Kent.
all
You're
right,
cool.
all right. I get the point. I don't want to hear the word over and over again.
Well, that's what he's doing.
I
And
know
he's
what he's doing. Yeah.
It's like my girlfriend Russia told me, "Fuck you."
Hey.
Fuck you.
Hey, enough. I saw you showed me on a video computer on there, and old Kelly is sitting beside him. Just yeah. Why God? Why? How did this happen to me? How did I get here?
Embarrassed.
Well, anybody that's around here
Like
for
you're
too
watching
long,
9.5 weeks with your parents is how it looked. I don't know why you do that. Why did I do that?
Why?
Also, Kelly, terrible, racist,
Yeah.
probably the best person Trump has in his administration.
He would be the worst member of anybody else's administration.
By far.
But here, that's
Number
it.
one.
He'll be gone soon.
A terrible person. Terrible. Not good. The best Trump has.
Yep.
He will be gone soon. Who are they going to bring in? Bill Shine from Fox, the Fox man.
Fox man, yeah.
They're going to bring him in to replace Kelly when Kelly's gone.
Maybe, hell, I don't know.
Where will Shine wind up going? So Shine is the new Hope Hicks, is that right?
He's a new, what do you call, the press, whatever. I don't know what you call it. He ain't got Huckabee's job, but he works in that area. Yeah.
I read they brought in some new lights because this man, Shine, worked over at Fox News.
Yeah.
So they brought in some new lights to make Trump look less fat. I guess they just turned him off and he was in total darkness.
And I don't mean to, well, I do mean to make a jab at Fox News because like anybody else that would try to hire this man for any job whatsoever in any administration, the first thing everybody be talking about, well, his last job he was fired because he oversaw and hid, sexual harassment for years and years and years. That would immediately disqualify you if he's anybody else. Don't matter now.
Trump is in the doubling down phase, and I don't know how this is going to work out for him. So far, pretty good.
Yeah.
Bill Shine, his wife, has a history of controversial statements. Not only is he sort of the anti-Me Too pick for Trump to get behind, not only does he come from Fox News, which would really irritate everybody who says it's state-run media, even though apparently because they let him go because of the sexual harassment, he doesn't get along with them either. He's close with Hannity, who may be feuding with Fox News. Who can tell? Yeah. That may just be a story they put out. Hannity's going to wind up in the cabinet before it's all over.
Either that or in jail.
Or in
both.
jail.
Oh,
yeah.
Either one. I'll take you.
It doesn't matter. He could be in jail and in the cabinet, yeah, I'm guessing at this point.
That's how it's going to work, yeah.
What all man's wife, Bill Shine's wife,
it's a racist stuff.
Tweeted
Somebody
the N-word. She doesn't like not being able to say the N-word.
She wants to be able to say it, yeah.
Anti-vaccine theories. What else did she do? She come out, they got a recording of her.
And something on CNN where she's saying that women get what they deserve as far as being sexually harassed or whatnot if they join the military.
Yeah, I think it may have even been worse than that.
Well,
so, and then he,
enough.
Of course, just a terrible
He covered
person.
up all that for Ailes and Bill O'Reilly, all that stuff. I mean, he was overseeing all that. He knew every bit about that. How many women went to that man's office at one time and said something about something, and he made damn sure nobody heard it. What do you think you had like it? There's a little safe underneath, right beside his desk for every woman that comes in and is threatening to tell about whoever. He just hands out dollar bills, I guess. I don't know.
Jim Jordan. Trump doesn't believe. Is that his name? Jordan?
Yeah, that's it, Jim. Yes, this guy, he's one of Trump's biggest buddies.
The doubling down.
Yeah. There's 8 people come out now and said, the more he says he ain't going to do it, the more, because obviously if there's this many people, I'm assuming, and we know it happened at the school, we know, the college, whatever, and we know all this. So every time he says, these people are lying, that's just going to make another person that knows damn well that that ain't the case, and they're going to come out. Because, they just keep coming. There was started to be 2, then there's 3, 4, so on. We're at 8 right now. There'll be more.
And but then everyone that comes out makes Trump madder. And he's fine. I don't believe him.
The only time it didn't work for whatever reasons, and I'm sure Trump doesn't understand, was Pruitt, because he defended him over. Of course, this man is just blatantly violating everything. It kept him. Yeah, he should have lost his damn job way back when. But I mean, it got to the point where you're gonna have to go.
And Trump is probably mad about that. That's probably why he's doubling down on all this stuff. Hire the Me Too Fox guy, the anti-Me Too Fox guy.
Yeah.
Jordan's fine. Don't believe any of these wrestlers. He knows they're not professional wrestlers, right? He knows this isn't like
I don't know. He gets up on there.
A gimmick they worked up.
WWE, he gets on stage with them.
He's not like, well, I can't break kayfabe. It's like he's really trying to. He knows this is an actual thing. Does he know anything is an actual thing?
I don't think he does. What in his lifetime has he had to deal with as an actual thing? I mean, the people come and tell him things. Nothing. And that's the way it's like it's just intensified. His whole life's been like that. Now he's in the White House and got how many people begging to be with him and follow him around and take care of him? Yeah.
Folks, let's describe Trump's life. And I don't want to get into too much detail because I don't care. But he was born a little Richie Rich. You know Richie Rich in the comic books. He's always sucking his thumb and putting his little pink ass in a big bowl of fancy oatmeal every morning. He's got a nurse. It's a robot that hoses him off and jerks him off and gets him ready to go to school.
That's not what Richard
brushes his little hair. And then here comes his father. I'll give you $1 billion to do whatever the fuck you want. Just be sure you get some racist editorials, ads in the New York papers as soon as you can. Also, don't forget how much you love Russia. Okay, Daddy, I'm a rich boy. I do whatever I want. This is who the South voted for, Jackie. You're a man.
I know it.
Oh, I like to go to the New York, baby. Ooh, shitting his britches like a little fucking...
Hey, don't say it that way, but
gets on TV. Oh, he's putting his little pink, rich pecker.
Hey.
And every woman he can, and they don't even want him to. And then he gets on TV. He goes bankrupt. He gets on TV. Every time somebody shoots a movie in his damn... We did find out, I can't remember if this was on this podcast or the 20 Extra Minutes. We were talking about doing a podcast where you review every...
movie he was in,
I think Nathan Rabin, who is a writer, maybe doing that in a podcast series.
Oh, somebody's
already taken that on,
all right, well.
So we don't have to do that. It's a little pink pecker with the gross fat ass in his stupid fucking face.
Hey, enough of the mouth.
Never did nothing, working with the gangsters and the toadies and the hangers-on, the worst people in New York City. And then he gets on TV and he fails. He fails before he gets on TV and he fails into TV and he's just hanging around being a fucking asshole.
All right.
And then he gets his fucking face on Fox News and makes everybody scared of some stupid bullshit, and everybody's just sick and tired already, and they vote for his horrible, horrible, horrible ass. And that's who's the president today.
And they love him.
History.
Still love him. People love him.
Still love him, doing the worst things possible. Just all about himself. He doesn't care. He doesn't even care. This is how selfish he is. He doesn't even care if he makes money off of it. All he cares about is like what comes across his brain at that moment. That's how he's so selfish. It doesn't even matter. He'll work against his own self-interest if it pleases him in that moment. He is like a 5-year-old baby with his ass in that fucking Irona oatmeal.
Well, that's what's going to be flying over England. They made a big balloon of him as a baby, diapers. They should find some way to make it poop out or over everybody while
Yeah.
they're going around.
Yeah.
That's only
Now
the
you're talking.
thing is missing.
Now we're on the same page comedically.
Well.
Also, England lost that goddamn whatever soccer game, whatever it was today, to Croatia, so they're probably going to be mad and drunk, so I hope they're just throwing, like, warm bottles of piss at his motorcade.
Yeah,
not to hurt him.
Not to hurt him, just, get the point across.
Yeah, he likes piss.
There's a lot of people, that's another thing we see in videos of people being horrible racist for just to be a horrible racist, no other reason. There are also a lot of videos of people harassing the hell out of Miss McConnell wherever he goes. And who else? What's it, Stephen Miller? People hollering at him.
He
threw away
got
his food.
so mad.
He threw away his own food.
His sushi. He ordered $80 worth of sushi.
Why is he eating something? He hates anything multicultural. Why would he eat sushi?
He's probably got a little, concentration camp set up in his refrigerator for ethnic foods.
Oh, that makes sense, yeah.
Ethnic foods. I think that's racist.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
For food that's not like mayonnaise and Carl Buddig, he's got a little area fenced off, and he puts it in there. He says, you stay in there till I decide to eat you.
Well, when all this started, the woman that, overseeing children being ripped from the mother's arms, she went out to eat in a Mexican restaurant that evening, and some people saw her there and didn't think too kindly of it. No.
It all belongs to us, Jackie. That's what we have been saying for a long time. It's all ours. When you come here, you're ours. I'll take you, and I'll take your food, and I'll take your dance steps, and I'll take whatever I want, and then I'll leave you with the part where the police beat you. And that is America's great melting pot.
Not all of it, but,
And now, but we were working toward, we were trying not going as fast or doing all we, okay, yes, we were wrong about a lot of things, but still there was a hope. There was a hope, and now the hope is gone.
It's hard to be hopeful. I don't,
Sea turtles?
Sea turtles.
Fuck them. Getting rid. Let's just name some things he's done lately. Getting rid of the whale and sea turtle protections. Breast milk at the UN. Breast milk is bad. Don't let. No, I don't know why.
Crazy.
Just let Scott Pruitt hang around. The Hammonds, the Bundy people get pardoned. You pardon those people.
Yep.
North Korea, that's not going so great.
Well, when did it go great? Name one part of when that looked like a winning situation. Tell me when that was, because
Did he get his Nobel Peace Prize yet?
I'm sure it's coming. Me ain't got it yet.
I may want to hold off on that. I want peace. I don't want North Korea to have nukes. So when I criticize,
well, I know
Pompeo, who I'm sure is listening, when I criticize you, it's because I want you to do a better job. I don't want Trump to succeed, but I want America to succeed. So however we can succeed in despite of this administration is good for all of us. And I say North Korea, these murderous, barbaric, nuclear warhead having country, the people at the top, not having nuclear weapons is good. So go do better. Don't fuck it up because you're a fucking idiot.
Hey.
But I hope you get rid of them nukes. I hope you do.
If you really don't want them to have nuclear weapons, which nobody does, you don't send President Dumbass over to take care of it. You don't send him nowhere to take care of anything unless he go in there to mess it up.
I mean, I don't want any successes to continue racist policies and making America more racist. But the one direction where America would be less racist that I don't want to go in is the part where we're less racist because we all got blown up by nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Like that, I think I'd rather go down the racist. I don't know. Let's try. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe we should switch it up.
If it's going to be this bad, why not get it over with?
Let's just try something new. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that was pre-Trump thinking. Oh, nuclear war is bad. Maybe now, death by radioactive fire is something we should consider.
I could be any minute now. I don't, who the hell knows what he's doing? When he comes back, how many wars is he liable to start where he's at now? And nobody wants to go to war. That's definitely true. I think most people just won't, but they don't know how to deal with him. You know damn well, with as crazy as this country is right now, as nuts as it is with all this happening that you hear every day, and you in these other countries that rely on America or used to, I should say, you financially or militarily or however, they have to be talking to each other and making a plan in the event that President Dumbass does something like you talking about. They got to have some, I'm not saying they're actively working on it and trying to take, care of things, but they having to, definitely got to have a plan B or C. They're having conversations like that, I guarantee you.
I hate to make everything about Superman on this podcast, but this is like Batman having a plan to kill Superman. He's got a plan to kill all the superheroes if they go cuckoo. Maybe not like Green Arrow. He's probably like, I can handle that.
Yeah.
I'll wing that one. But Superman, he's got a plan to take him out. All the rest of the countries in the world are probably thinking that we're like a rogue Superman at this point, like Superman sitting at the bar drinking.
I bet you I know how Batman was going to do it, too.
How?
Kryptonite.
Oh.
He heard about that from Lex Luthor one time or another. So I'll hold on to this for safekeeping.
What kind of kryptonite do you think it is? Just a rock?
I don't know. The green kind. I don't know all of it.
Do you think he made it into like a bullet?
I know it makes him sleepy. You put the rock on him, and it makes him get sleepy. Superman can't, he like a big bunch of mush. He just laying there, Whatever it is, when they put it on him, it makes him go sleep.
Well, I guarantee you the United Nations is having secret meetings with people saying, how can we make Trump go to sleep?
Oh, yeah. Hell, I bet there's plenty of people in the White House saying that themselves for different reasons. He needs to go to bed.
All he does in bed, he's one of the worst. He lays in bed watching Fox News, drinks Diet Coke, gets all amped up. I can't sleep.
That's half of America right there, what you just said. That's why we wound up with him where he's at.
Anything else we need to talk about, Jackie, before we wrap this one up?
Hell, I don't know.
Trump said he's always thinking of the farmers.
He ain't thinking of no that. That's going to hurt. Now, in our particular state, the whiskey, Tennessee and Kentucky are going to get hurt hard because that's a big, big business, especially overseas. It is whiskey, selling that whiskey, Jack Daniels and what they got up. Yeah. And it's already costing, 3 times or 2 times the amount of much it used to be. So they're going to get hurt. They're going to be people laid off. But then I heard about the steel tariffs did this, where I can't remember what it was. Another state, wasn't Tennessee, but there was a nail factory because of steel tariffs. They had to shut the factory down, had to fire a lot of people. And they were asking about it. And they said, well, I think Trump's doing it. He's playing the long game or whatever it is, and if I'm going to be out of work for a little while, that's fine until he gets, wins this trade war is happening. So it ain't going to make a damn. That's what everybody said, well, the economy's going to go to hell, because I sure as hell can't see him sustaining anything. It's just going to go to hell, especially with everybody saying it's going to. The Senate keeps voting, trying to get him not to do the tariffs every damn day. They scared as hell. And they're hoping it don't happen before November. But, we'll see.
Trump hadn't thought of a farmer since, I don't know what, Green Acres.
And the economy go bad, people still going to like him.
Somebody told him a farmer's daughter joke.
Fox will tell everybody, even if it's exactly what he's doing, they're going to have someone to blame for it, regardless. They still do it now. Republicans got the Senate and the House, and presidency. They got everything. And there ain't a day that goes by that he ain't complaining that somebody's stopping him from doing this, stopping him doing that. They ain't control everything. So when the economy does go under, he'll have, he'll point his finger over there, and Fox will repeat it, and they said, or Fox will say it first, and he repeats it, either or. That's just going to make that transition a little shorter once Bill Shine gets his job. You got Fox right there in the house with you, working for you.
Well, there was a little good news this week, Jackie, because of the Thai cave rescue. Did you see about that, all them kids?
Oh, yeah, bless your heart. Yeah, thank goodness I was worried. I know they lost a man down there, and he'll be remembered as a hero for getting down there and helping. But whatever, they got them all out, thank goodness, and happy to hear that. Yeah.
Is that what happened?
What's that?
I couldn't pay attention to it.
Now, one diver got killed. That's the only casualty out of the whole thing.
Who was down there? It was some kids.
It was a soccer team. They were a football team, what they call it, and they went down to go in the cave, and I mean they got stuck down in there.
Somebody died. So somebody did die.
A diver trying to go help one of the rescue people.
On the whole,
it's children. None of them died.
On the whole, it's a good. Okay, well that's.
They said that anybody had died, but he went out a hero as far as I'm concerned. Look, if he died while he was trying to get all those children out of the cave.
I heard people talking about it, but I didn't really. I didn't. Look, I don't have time in my head for a tragedy that Trump didn't cause. Okay, I'm trying to keep up with enough as is. I don't have time for natural disasters and people getting stuck in caves. I'm focused only on Trump right now. He's causing enough stuff. And what if these kids hadn't made it out and I got invested in this and I can't handle that. I can't handle more bad news.
Yeah.
I have to protect myself. Let me know when somebody goes to jail. Like when they take Manafort's fucking laptop away. I'll pay attention to that story. I can't handle Paul Manafort in jail surfing the web all day. If that's true, I don't want that image. He needs to be chained to a wall like a medieval castle. I can't handle him on his phone flipping through Instagram. I thought he was supposed to be in solitary confinement.
He's supposed to be.
If you just solitary confinement with your phone and your computer, that's not bad.
That's most everybody how they live 24, most of the day, I think.
It really is no different than me. He's probably looking at more porn than I do.
I don't want to hear it.
I guarantee it. He's shopping more and he's looking at more porn.
There were 12 children and the coach or whatever, that's who was in the cave.
How'd they get in a cave?
I don't know. They went looking I don't know. Just, people go, what do you call it? Sklunking.
Is that what they were doing?
I think it's what yes, you just don't wake up in a cave. You go into a cave on purpose.
I thought maybe there was a plane crash or something.
No, how did a plane going to crash in a cave? It don't make a damn bit of sense.
None of it makes any sense. Why was Elon Musk there? I'm starting to read through some of this now.
Well, see, now he was trying to help out. They were trying to figure out. They were pumping out water. But what's important is that they're safe and sound and they're doing all right. That's what matters best, yeah.
Oh, well, yeah. That's good. All right. You know what? I kind of like reading news after it happens. Maybe we should start doing that.
How you do that?
I'm going
to stay 3 days behind everything else. How do you freeze up your computer just to show you? There got to be a way somehow.
Put it on delay.
Everybody's got a button on a computer they can hit and do that. Yeah. So when you're reading the news on your computer, it's 3 to 4 days. Well, still, it's going to come off to you new then, though, so you wouldn't know that it's 3 days.
You might as well just suffer through it.
I don't know how any other way.